How are you?
Sir, I'm good.
When did you come?
Sir, yesterday night.
Yesterday night. So, but Delhi is full of pollution.
Yes, sir. A lot of smog here. Right.
So, did you find any difference between the air quality where you live and in Delhi?
Sir, not much, because nowadays Lucknow is also very polluted, and it has come within top 20 polluted cities of the world.
Lucknow also?
Yeah, Lucknow also, sir. So not much difference, but sir, there was a little more smog here.
Okay.
Here the
so what is the air quality index, AQI of Lucknow?
AQI of Lucknow is, sir, generally when it's fine nowadays, not much pollution, then it's between 250 to 300. But during Diwali days and when winter fog comes more, then it exceeds 300, so 300 to 350.
But it's still better than Delhi. Yeah.
So Delhi exceeds 400?
Yes, it's almost 450, 430.
Unbreathable, sir.
Okay, please tell us about yourself.
Sir, my name is Pragya Verma, and sir, I belong to Lucknow, and I have done my schooling from Lucknow, and post that I did my graduation from Delhi University, Sri Ram College of Commerce, and then I did my post-graduation, sir, from Awadh University in Ayodhya, that used to be Faizabad earlier. And since then, sir, I have been doing a job in the government of Uttar Pradesh as a civil servant there. I am currently serving as a finance officer in UPAM, that is the Uttar Pradesh Academy of Administration and Management. And sir, I consider myself to be a learner and who is open to receptive ideas, sir.
So you consider to be yourself a learner?
Yes, sir.
What are the you can say in the recent times, tell me one thing that you have learned which you were not aware of.
Sir, I find myself growing over time, especially in the realm of spirituality, sir. One of the things which I am realizing over time is that earlier, sir, I used to judge people quite quickly based on their reactions and their behavior. But now over time I'm realizing that oftentimes it's the circumstances which shapes a person's behavior and attitude, and their peculiar set of reasons like their upbringing, their environment, etc. So I have started giving a certain leverage and excuse to people before knee-jerk reactions and before judging them quickly, sir.
So now on the judgmental front you have become wiser.
Yes,
so
sir.
You are not judging people.
Right, sir.
So in a first meeting or
right, sir.
Or say very quickly.
Right, sir.
You take your time to judge people.
Yes, sir.
That's a good thing.
Thank you, sir.
To learn. Okay, so you have done your graduation from SRCC, LSR.
Sri Ram College.
Sri Ram College of Commerce, right. When did you complete your graduation?
So 2014.
2014. Okay, and then after that you did your masters.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why you did your masters from Faizabad? Although we have heard from you before, but
right, sir. Sir, I did my post-graduation from Awadh University because due to certain compelling family reasons, I had to shift back from Delhi to Lucknow. Sir, my father had expired in 2014 itself, so my mother needed support since she was alone in home. So I had to go back and applied my masters from the nearest university possible.
okay, so you completed your masters and
right,
meanwhile you qualified UPPCS.
Yes, sir, I completed my masters. I did my masters from 14 to 16 and then I qualified my 2017 attempt of UP Civil Services. That was my first attempt, sir.
And after, okay, and so are you also writing some other examinations of UPSC?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have given UPSC Civil Services examinations as well. Sir, I gave my last attempt of Civil Services last year in 2023.
Okay. So you qualified mains?
Sir, I qualified mains, but I could not get further. I could not appear for interview because I failed in mains.
Okay, Achha, you did not qualify mains, you qualified prelims?
Yes, I qualified prelims.
Oh, that's okay, hardly. So, okay, in recent times, we have seen that the US Fed Bank has cut down its repo rate,
Right.
or say interest rates.
Right, sir.
And continuously, in fact, before that, there was always, it was a continuously the Fed was increasing the interest rate, and in that time we had expected that the FDI flow will increase in case of India, and again China plus policy would also
Right, sir.
help India to attract FDI.
Right, sir.
But how FDI inflow or flow momentum to India has lost momentum?
So if we talk of very recent time when FDI, there has been an outflow of FDI and FII. So there have been certain reasons like very high valuation of equity. So hence there has been a backward flow out from India. And secondly, sir, there has been weak corporate earnings.
You said high valuation of equity in India.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think that there are very high valuation of equity in India?
Sir, I think it is a result more of business cycle. When there's a period when equity value rises and falls.
Is there any indicator which you know which suggests that the equity valuation are high?
Sir, index. Sir, BSE index, NSE index,
No.
Sensex.
No, Sensex actually generally high means high. It does not give you the idea that the values, equity values are overvalued.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I will look into it.
Okay,
sir.
please continue with your answer. Yes.
So, sir, one of the reasons is this, and second reason has been weak corporate earnings over last few years. And sir, there are other reasons as well due to overall slowdown in the global growth rate. And at the same time, sir, China recently has been pushing its economy further by introducing stimulus packages, which is diverting investors towards countries like China. And sir, these are the reasons I'm aware of.
And I give you the hint also. Previously, the interest rate Fed was increasing the
Yes,
rate,
sir.
and now
the Fed rates are decreasing. So there is again.
This may be one of the again now.
Right, sir.
And but
Sir, recently one more thing, if you
yes,
give me the
yes,
permission, sir. Sir, bond with the coming up of Trump after election, the bond yields in US are expected to rise higher, and that will divert again the investments towards US from India.
Obviously, there is a theoretical construct that when
Right,
you can say that when the rates are cutting down, inflation will be also less maybe.
Right.
And if the inflation is less, bonds rate will be higher.
Right, sir.
So it's just an assumption. But can you tell me some other reasons why actually all of a sudden we lost the momentum of this FDI? What could be the other reasons? Why we could not attract what we were expecting? Saying that even in the context of geopolitical scenarios.
Sir, maybe there is a lack of trust among investors.
Why Asian countries like Taiwan, Singapore
Yes, sir.
attracted more?
Yes, sir. So as you mentioned, Taiwan is very famous for its semiconductor industry, and it has been doing quite well. The South Asian countries are doing quite well on their growth, especially countries like Vietnam and Bangladesh. So they have been able to leverage the window created through policies like China plus one policy. They have been able to take over the supply chain opportunities. Participation in the global supply chain opportunities offered by China plus one policy more than India could. So I believe, sir, India has been lagging behind. So there's a lack of trust among the investors to invest in India, sir, at this point of time.
So okay, now you are also aware of the trade-off between the inflation and growth.
Right, sir.
Looking back at the scenario at present, as you have also stated, in India, how do we balance?
Inflation and growth, sir?
Yes, because there is a trade-off between this. But now you have seen in recent time, if you are aware that again, the food prices have increased, and
Right.
almost our retail inflation is 6.2 something, right? It has crossed that band also.
Right, sir. 6.2.
So what was expected that the RBI would also be cutting down? That expectation is dashed down,
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So exactly in this context, I am asking the trade-off between inflation and growth. You, as an economics officer, if you are selected, how would you your take on that?
Sir, when there is, first of all, I would like to mention that our monetary policy committee has been created, which is led by the RBI. Sorry, sir. Which has been led by RBI chairman, and so the mandate of the committee is to rein in the inflation while at the same time maintaining the objective of growth in its mind. So whenever inflation crosses a particular point, that is 2 to 6, which is the window, and the best inflation rate which we can target is 4%. So as soon as it crosses this limit, RBI comes in with tight monetary policy and reins in the inflation. But whenever the signals of inflation show that it has been lowering down, then our next target becomes to push in growth by further following accommodative monetary policy. So, sir, recently RBI estimated that our growth rate, it would be better to push our growth rate because inflation is coming under control. But then, as we have seen in the recent news, that inflation, especially food inflation, has crossed CFPI, that is Consumer Food Price Index, has crossed 10%, and CPI has crossed 6%. So that means again that RBI might withdraw its accommodative policy, and it might adopt a tighter monetary policy further.
But that is what I am trying to argue now, that okay, then what about in this context when you are seeing, but even in the case of looking at the volatility at global level, the prices are volatile.
Right.
Even in India also, maybe that because of the, as you said, supply chain disruptions.
Right, sir.
There may be a volatility, or there may be an imported inflation as
Right,
well.
sir. Right, sir.
So how do you tackle, how do you perceive, suppose say 1 year ahead, the Indian economy, and what steps would you suggest?
So as according to RBI, inflation conditions are going to get better with time now.
Now not your RBI, I am telling you, I am talking about this, given this scenario, you are looking at the volatility, supply chain disruptions because of the geopolitical conditions. Our inflation may be imported inflation as well.
Right, sir.
So you are an officer now. These are the scenarios.
Right.
So how do you predict in the future, suppose ahead of 6 months, and what will be your policies to tackle this?
Okay.
Volatility in prices particularly.
Right, sir.
Particularly prices, we are
sir.
talking about
Right,
the
sir.
volatility in prices, right?
Right, sir. So, if inflation continues to increase, then I think I would suggest a multi-pronged approach to target inflation, apart from RBI's targeting, whereas other measures can be taken and are being taken by the government, like open market sales, especially when it comes to food products. Then open market sales, then removing tariffs on imports, restrictions on imports. Thirdly, reducing the prices of crude oil and capital goods, which forms the majority of our imports. And sir, apart from that, export bans. Government has also introduced export bans on basmati and wheat, and non-parboiled basmati rice and wheat, and export duty has been introduced, and buffer stock limits, buffer stock of food grains have been released, and higher ban on stocking limits have been introduced, sir. That can be done in future, and more sale of products like Bharat rice, Bharat atta and Bharat dal is being done. So, sir, these are the measures I think which will help rein in inflation in future, especially by targeting food inflation, sir.
Okay. You are aware of the COP,
Right, sir.
COP 28 and 29.
Right, sir.
So what advances we have made as in India, our country? You are aware of the position at COP 28?
Yes,
India
sir.
did not sign the protocol.
So UAE convention.
No, COP, Cooperation of Yale.
Yes, sir. So COP 28 was held in UAE, and COP 29 is being held in Baku, Azerbaijan.
Now it is over 24, 11 to 14.
Okay, sir. Right, sir. So, sir, sorry, sir, I didn't get the question.
So how we have moved ahead, because in the last time India and China did not sign its
Right.
agenda.
Right, sir.
And what were the agenda now and where we have moved?
Okay, sir. So, COP29, to talk about what new is being introduced in COP29. COP29 is being called as the finance COP because the talks are being done about how to accumulate international finance so as to help the developing countries achieve their climate goals. And sir, till now we had a target of $100 billion per year of contribution by the developed countries, but even that was not being reached. But now a new concept of NCQG, new collective quantified goals, are being introduced, according to which developing countries are demanding at least $1 trillion per year. And sir, I am not sure of the recent today and yesterday what happened, but sir, developed countries have been denying. They do not want to contribute that much, especially with the coming up of Donald Trump in US elections, who moved away from climate negotiations itself in his previous term. And this time also, there are talks that investments in renewable energy might be reduced. So, sir, India, as far as India is concerned, India has also been demanding for more climate finance. Sir, as far as facts and numbers are concerned, India needs at least $5 to 11 trillion to meet its renewable energy and energy efficiency goals. That is long-term low energy development strategy. And sir, till now, India has got mainly climate finance in the form of loans rather than grants. And India has not also been able to invite much of private sector participation. So this is the situation.
Okay, what would be your take on the energy transition in case of India? Should particularly transition from fossil fuel to another renewable kind of energy?
Right, sir. So do you want to ask about how to, what policies should the government?
No, actually we talk about the clean energy all the time. Should we all of a sudden, that means energy transition means what? From fossil fuel to clean
renewable energy.
Renewable energy.
Right, sir.
So what India should do in the near future? All of a sudden we cannot transit from this.
Right, sir. So, sir, to transition.
So if we make a transition as per the target or given by the say developed countries or these meets, so can we meet our peak demand itself in India?
Sir, it is a very ambitious goal. First, I would like to mention the 2-3 targets which India has. India has a target of achieving 500 gigawatts of electricity from renewable energy by 2030. And secondly, India wants to reduce the GHG emission intensity again by 2030 by 45%. And so, sir, these are very ambitious targets which will take a lot, and India has been doing quite well through policies such as PM E-Drive policy, through which EVs are being pushed a lot by providing upfront incentive to the buyers in the form of subsidies on the purchase of EVs like 2-wheelers, 3-wheelers. And secondly, sir, solar energy is being pushed quite a lot through measures like PM Kusum Yojana in agriculture, where agriculture solar pump sets are being pushed forward and solar parks are being established, which will produce almost 53 gigawatt of solar energy. And then, sir, we have in the wind energy, we have national wind energy policy, offshore wind energy policy, and so we have a national green hydrogen policy as well, which aims at producing 5 million metric tons of hydrogen per year by 2030. So, sir, India is doing quite a lot until now as far as progress is concerned. Sir, in renewable energy, we have achieved 45% of our energy share from renewable energy already. So, whatever targets we have decided for ourselves, we are progressing well on that. But, sir, as far as the overall global climate change is concerned, I think much more ambitious targets from India and other countries would be needed to restrict temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius. By 2100.
Pragya, What is meaning of pragya?
Sir, pragya means wisdom.
Wisdom.
Right, sir.
So that is one of the basic qualities that one must possess to become an officer like you.
Right, sir.
Right. What is the important job profile of an Indian Economic Service officer? What are they expected
Indian
to do?
Economic Service officers, their job is very interdepartmental and interministerial, and they are supposed to provide economic inputs for policy making and make economic analysis for policy formulation, implementation, and later on monitoring, for real-time monitoring and evidence-based policy making. So,
Can you say some of the important highlights, 3-4 important points of the last budget that were presented for our government?
okay, sir.
India budget,
Okay,
2024-25.
24-25. So, due to elections, this time the budget was presented a little late in July 2024, and the budget was themed around, the theme of the budget was employment, skilling, MSMEs and middle class, and its focus sections of the budget were on the youth, poor, women and farmers. And sir, the budget was very diverse, but to give the top highlights, sir, the budget focused quite a lot on youth employment and skilling. Sir, should I mention a few points about that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. So, as far as the youth employment and skilling is concerned, the budget says that 1 crore youth will be provided internship in top 500 MNCs in the next 5 years, and so 1000 ITIs will be upgraded, that is industrial training institutes, and 20 lakh youth will be provided skilling in the next 5 years, and some model skill loans will also be given. And apart from education and skilling, there were other highlight areas as well, especially regarding India's ambition to become a 5 trillion economy and the third largest economy by 2030. So for that, it lays out a roadmap.
What do we mean by India becoming a 5 trillion economy?
Sir, 5 trillion economy in terms of GDP. In nominal terms, right now India is a $3.6 trillion economy.
In nominal terms or in GDP terms?
In GDP in nominal terms.
Nominal terms.
GDP in nominal terms, sir.
Suppose that how do we measure GDP first of all?
Sir, there are 3 primary methods of measuring GDP: product method, income method, and expenditure method.
Okay.
So, I would like to start
By
with
product method, can you elaborate?
Sir, I would like to start with the expenditure method, if you permit, sir.
Okay, okay.
So, expenditure method includes private consumption, private final consumption expenditure, government final consumption expenditure, then gross domestic capital formation and net export earnings. Then, sir, product method. Product method involves net value added.
Gross domestic capital formation.
Yes, sir.
Is it not the part of either the private final expenditure, government expenditure, or both?
No, sir, it is calculated separately.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Sir, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But,
Sir, please elaborate.
sir, in a product method, we have net value added in the primary sector, net value added in the secondary sector, net value added in the tertiary sector, and then we have consumption of fixed capital and net indirect taxes.
About the GDP, you are expressing in terms of the net.
Yes, sir.
Our question was in terms of the GDP. Gross.
Okay, gross. Sorry, sir. It will be gross value added, sir, because it is GDP.
So
right,
what
sir.
is the basic process of calculation of the GDP? Through production method.
Through production method, yes, sir. So this is product method, and sir, then.
Please. The answer is not finished.
Okay, sir. Sir, gross value added.
How do we basically define the GDP?
Sir, GDP is the. Sir, can I take a few seconds?
Yes.
Sir, GDP refers to the total value of the final goods and services produced in a financial year within a particular area. Sir, that is GDP.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Within the geographical
within
boundary
the
of the
geographical
country.
boundaries. Right. Sorry, sir.
So from GDP to NDP, how do we come to NDP?
Gross domestic product and net domestic product. In net domestic product, we add net factor income from abroad is added to GDP so as to arrive at net domestic product. Sorry, sir. It's no, sorry, sir.
Depreciation.
Depreciation. Sir, what I said was about gross national product. I gave the answer for gross national product, but when we move from gross to net, we subtract depreciation so as to come at net domestic product.
So we spoke about the 5 trillion economy.
Yes, sir.
What are the 3 important measures that you would suggest if you are in the core team of the budget preparation, etc.? What 3 important suggestions would you put forward before the government so that India becomes a 5 trillion economy? And after that, a Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047.
Okay, sir.
3, 4, 5 important steps.
Okay, sir. So the first suggestion which I would give so as to become a $5 trillion economy would be to, sir, fill the employment gap. Sir, India has almost 68% of the population in its working age, that is 15 to 59 years of age group, and we need to create almost 75 lakh employment opportunities per year so as to fill in the employment gap. Secondly, sir, skilling
What will
gap.
you do? We all know about the issues, the problems. I am asking about the concrete steps that you would suggest to the government.
Sir, we need to fill the skilling gap and the health and education gap so as to achieve better human development so that the demographic dividend can be harnessed. And secondly, sir, greater push to agricultural sector is needed by addressing the various deficits in it. For example, irrigation coverage, still only 50% of the net area is covered under irrigation in India. Secondly, better soil health management of the crops and water productivity of the crops. And thirdly, sir, I would like to increase the investment, capital investment in agriculture, moving away more from subsidy-based investment to we need capital-based investment because the output elasticity of capital investment is more. And apart from agriculture, the third thing which is needed is increasing and giving a push to private capital investments, which has been lagging behind in the past few years. And it can be done, and it is being done through schemes like PLI schemes, that is production linked incentive schemes in 14 sectors. And apart from that, sir, a green transition is needed.
These schemes are already in place.
Right, sir.
State some innovative measures, something new. In various budgets since last, say, at least 10 years, these things have been spoken about in some way or the other.
Sir, there has been a talk about a new concept has come up, pushing forward the middle stand. Middle stand refers to they are a standardized group of companies in Germany, Hungary and Austria. They are defined by their statistical size of revenue up to 50 million euros and employing up to 500 employees. These companies have remained stable in the face of international economic volatility and uncertainty. So in India, Mittelstand would refer to pushing forward the MSMEs, which employ the maximum population, almost 20 crore population. And MSME sectors have...
What revolutionary steps would you suggest to boost the production of the manufacturing sector?
Manufacturing sector,
Yes,
sir.
in India.
Sir, AI, I think, is something new which can enhance the productivity of the manufacturing sector. But then AI will come with its own set of challenges, sir. So there needs to be better. I think I will come up with better AI regulations, sir.
Okay.
So as to address challenges like making it more inclusive.
Second, number 2.
Sir, we need to participate more in global value chains. because even till now India has only 40%
I am asking
participation.
about the primary steps. Those are the subsequent steps. If the manufacturing sector output is boosted, if the
Right, sir.
output of the manufacturing sector
sector.
increases, it will automatically join the global value chain. How will you boost the production in this sector? What are the issues that is required to be addressed?
In the
Why India is not
manufacturing
becoming the manufacturing hub of the world?
sector. Right, sir. So
There
are,
must be some reason, no?
right, sir. So
Whether
reasons
that
like-
can be solved within a short period of time or not, that's another issue. Whether it is, those issues can be resolved even in the longer period of time, that's a different issue. But there must be some idea
Right, sir.
in the eyes of the person, the eyes of the officials who are responsible for the formulation and implementation of those policies.
Right, sir.
We want to know those ideas.
Sir, as you mentioned, sir, manufacturing sector is being
Why China is
constrained.
successful, why Korea is successful, US is, why are not India so successful? Of course the progress is there, but the pace of the progress is slow,
Slow, right, sir.
not at the desirable speed.
Right, sir.
So what idea would you suggest to achieve the desired results?
Sir, we need to enhance FDI, especially in export sector, sir. Sir, as you mentioned, China has been riding high on its export sector.
Yes,
sir.
but what will you do? It is very easy to say that India should or policymakers should take all steps to attract the FII, FDI. But why India is not able to do it at the desirable speed?
Sir, exports, what do we need to do in order to enhance exports is, number one, we need to improve very much our export competitiveness, sir. And it can be done through schemes like ODOP scheme, where unique products are being identified and their creativity is being translated to higher levels so as to make them more standardized for international acceptance, sir. And secondly, sir, FDI, sir, how to increase FDI in our nation? I think there are, sir, still huge lacuna and deficit in infrastructure in India, which acts as a disincentive for FDI investment. So, sir, infrastructure gaps can be filled in through various developments like, sir, much more, sir, enhancement of, sir, expressways and, sir, EGST.
Okay, what is one district, one product scheme?
Sir, one district, one product scheme, it was introduced initially by the government of Japan, and in 2018, the UP government brought it in India. And now it is being replicated by the Indian government at the central level as well. So the scheme, under the scheme, a unique product of every district is identified by the government of UP.
What is happening in UP?
Sir, I'm talking about UP, sir. Sir, UP government identifies a unique product of every district and brands it, and then translates its creativity to higher levels so as to make it more...
What is the progress?
Okay, sir. So progress.
How many districts are there in UP?
So 75 districts.
75.
Right.
It means 75 products must have been identified.
Yes, sir.
Is it true?
So one of the, yes, sir. So one of the major progresses I have seen is that export potential of these products have increased quite well, and sir, investment has also improved through investment summit in the ODOP products introduced by the government. And sir, especially certain products with GI tag like Kala Namak rice from Gorakhpur, these products have started doing very well, sir. And Lucknow, which was known for chicken curry, it is now being branded at the global level, sir. So again, there has been a good goodwill creation and brand creation through the ODOP scheme, sir. Artisans and small handicraftsmen especially being benefited due to this scheme, improving their socio-economic conditions, sir.
Since you are working in the finance department of the UP government, there must have been some issues related to data management.
Right, sir.
How do you handle the data at your department?
Sir, data in the Department of Finance is mainly handled through the integrated financial management system. So, sir, it has many components, like to name a few, UP Rajkosh system, in which all the receipts by the finance department are received online. And secondly, there has been an interface with the e-Kuber of RBI as well, wherein all the transfers of the central government to the state are made via RBI. Sorry, made via RBI. And thirdly, sir, there has been an interface with the Koshmani system. Thank you, sir. There has been an interface with the Koshmani system, and sir, UP Koshmani is a gateway to the financial activities of the UP government. It shows all the data regarding receipts, expenditures, and remittances, pension portal.
What kind of challenges do you face,
sir,
in data management system? Or no challenge at all?
Sir, right now, for example, there's one interface in IFMS that is known as Manav Sampada portal, or in English we know it as EHRMS portal, Human Rights Management System portal. So EHRMS was introduced recently, sir, so as to feed all the officers' data in it. For example, sir, if we have to apply leave, we apply it through the portal.
What is PFMS?
So PFMS is Public Finance Management System. It is a web-based finance management system introduced by the Controller General of Accounts of the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance in 2009, sir. And it is a real-time...
Are you also a part of the PFMS?
Yes, so PFMS has an interface with the Integrated Financial Management System of UP.
Okay.
So should I elaborate on PFMS?
No, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so your formal mock interview is over now. What is your impression about today's performance as compared to the last one? You have appeared twice now?
She has appeared on online.
Offline, sorry, online. Twice or once?
Right, twice. Sir.
Twice. So what's your...
I will tell you before you...
Let her first express. Let her first express.
Sir, I think I feel more comfortable offline, sir. Online, I don't know, I was getting more nervous, but sir, after meeting you, I think I got a little better, more comfortable.
Yeah, that's why we suggested last time also that you should appear at least once or twice
because
offline.
All of a sudden, if you go and face it online,
please.
So there is a difference. Now you must have realized there is lots of difference between offline and online.
So initially when I gave, my hands were shaking,
and probably you were fumbling in answers also.
Yes, sir.
But in offline, your performance was much better than. Offline performance is not as good as online performance. In online, you perform very well. But nothing to get worried. It happens since because that is why we suggested you to come.
Right,
offline and face us, so that you get to practice a little bit.
Right,
but I'm sure you would do pretty well in final interview.
Sir, can you please suggest where am I going wrong, sir?
You are not going wrong anywhere, but this is natural. Online, many of the people are very comfortable.
But sir, I became more comfortable offline.
You became after say.
After 5-10 minutes, sir.
Yes, after 5-10 minutes. Yes. Because many of the things I still know that you know the things, but still you could not.
Right. Sir, I believe there is a huge problem which I am facing. Sir, I believe I am not being able to do justice to your questions, sir. Sometimes, sir, you are asking something, but I am answering something else.
I will come to it and let sir finish first.
What happens actually, first thing, there is a difference between offline and online, right? So, online gives you, when you are online, you are mentally much relaxed, so that you are, and therefore your answers were correct and articulated.
Right.
Here, actually, you are facing, in offline, you are facing a person. So what happens? There are two processing at the brain level. You are facing a person who is asking question, and then you are trying to think, kya karna, kaise answer karna. There you are only processing. Your brain is processing only one thing: questions,
right, sir. Now there's a new environment altogether.
Yes. So that is why it makes a difference. So here, one of the best suggestion is, take a pause before answering.
Right, sir. I am speaking very fast and...
No, you are speaking not very fast. Okay, that will do. But still, your speed should be a little less now. Slow down your speed,
Okay, sir.
and take a pause and articulate the answer and then start answering.
Okay, sir.
Because it's always good to
Think.
take a pause, think, and then start, rather than take a step and then come back and then start.
Right, sir.
So this was one difference which we observed. And second is that you know the things, but still, for example, you said overvaluation. Yes, it's overvaluation of over. But then I just asked you the question: is there
and
any?
I could not explain it very well.
Is there any indicator? You said Sensex. Sensex is already. Sensex has nothing to do with this kind of
Right, sir.
overvaluation or valuation. How do we judge that the equities are overvalued in India? There must be an indicator which is called as a Buffett indicator. Buffett, B-U-F-F-E-T.
Sir, I'm hearing it for the first time.
Okay, that is good. That is okay. That Buffett indicator, which is nothing but it is a ratio of market capitalization to GDP.
Okay, sir.
And if this ratio is within 110 to 120, we say that okay, the equities are not overvalued.
Okay, sir.
Means
Whatever word I speak, I
Yes.
should know the meaning behind it,
yes.
sir.
Unnecessary, you answered NSC and Sensex and BS. So that was not required. Okay, you didn't know that. Okay, you should have stopped there only.
Right, sir.
Right?
Right, sir.
Overvaluation, because then you are committing a mistake. Before you are not committing a mistake, at
Right,
least
sir.
because you said sir, it is overvalued. Till that you are correct. But as soon as you did not know and you started answering that Sensex बढ़ रहा है sir, BSE बढ़ रहा है, so those gives a bad impression, right?
Right, sir.
So therefore.
So if I don't know, I should shut up.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
That's precisely what I want. So because when there is a 120%, we say that the stocks are considered to be fairly valued. But if it is 140 around, then we say it is overvalued.
Okay, sir.
So you may write on that also.
More than over 50, 140?
140.
Then it is overvalued.
140 plus is overvalued.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Sir, I will look more into it. Sir, I will study more.
I have already given you
Okay, sir.
everything now.
Okay, sir.
So that means based on this you can suggest the answer, because you said that Indian equities are overvalued, right? So you should know the meaning of overvalued. How do you say that it's overvalued? Because you are not answering to a layman probably.
Right, sir.
Even if you say okay, if he suggests or the expert says okay, answer as if you are answering to a layman. But you should mind it that layman is a learned man.
Right, sir. Right, sir, absolutely.
Right.
Sir, I read this term a lot in the newspaper, but then, sir, this is the first time when you said that I am actually thinking that what it means. Because I read a lot and I always thought that overvaluation means that the prices of shares and equity rises high. But how do we measure it?
Yes.
How do we see it?
Rises high, it's okay.
Yes,
it's
sir.
overvalued. It's then only it's a bubble type.
Right, sir.
How do you say that the market is in bubble scenario?
Right, sir.
When these indicators like 140, so that is the actual ratio of market capitalization to GDP ratio.
Okay, sir. So I'll keep this in mind.
Otherwise, you're okay. I don't think that why you will not qualify. I'm pretty sure that you will qualify this thing.
Sir, can I tell what I am feeling? Sir, I feel that I am. My answers are going in a different direction from your questions.
The only problem is because offline you are listening to the questions. Online. Here offline you are facing a interviewer and you are also listening to the questions. So that is why you take a pause. You take a pause, articulate your answer, say 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and then start.
So when I pause, there is this fear in my mind that what if I am pausing too long and what if the panel is judging me that she is taking too long to answer?
नहीं चलो ऐसा है कि in the second part of the interview, so far as my questions, my issues were concerned, you fared quite well.
Thank you, sir.
I am satisfied, more than satisfied.
Sir, but I could not answer manufacturing, sir.
That's a different thing. And I am coming to the suggestion. It is possible that you may not be able to answer 30-40% of the questions.
30-40%.
That's a different thing. The important thing is that your level of confidence and how honestly you address the questions from the board members. That is most important thing.
Honestly to address.
Yes.
Sir, how is this seen in someone that the person is talking honestly?
Yes, because if you are not trying to guess, if you are not trying to answer anyway, even if I don't know, even if I know the partially the answer to the question, I don't know the answer completely, and even if you are trying again and again, that
answering wrong things in confident manner.
Okay, right, sir. That would be dishonesty, sir.
Yeah.
Wrong things in a confident manner. So, sir, what is my status here?
You are okay. And you think that you did not answer a few of the questions.
So what is the answer to that question? What new steps as an officer can you take to improve manufacturing?
You have to, I asked the question in the perspective that what is the change, what are the changes in this budget as compared to last 2-3 budgets?
Okay.
So what innovative steps have been suggested in this budget as compared to the last 3-4 budgets?
No, sir, you asked that.
I'm coming to that point. I'm coming to that point. Then you study those steps, and despite several steps being taken, being initiated in during the last 1 decade, why the performance of Indian manufacturing sector is not satisfactory, or it is not at the desirable pace? Then you have to think in innovative way that okay. First of all, we would enumerate these issues. Why US is successful, why China is successful, why not India is successful.
Right, sir.
So there may be several issues. Now, how to tackle those issues, how to solve those issues?
Right, sir.
In a different manner.
International comparison, sir, I should study
Yes.
that. Why India, China or US is doing better
Yes,
than India.
taking into consideration the ground reality of the Indian economy, Indian society also.
Right, sir.
There may be some social issues also, which may be creating hurdles in the way of economic progress.
Right, sir.
India's structure in terms of its economy and society is different from those
Right, sir.
nations. So you have to take into consideration this reality.
Yes, sir. Sir, I could quote, sir, as you are talking about structure, I could quote the Nobel Prize winners who talked about institutions, how India's institutions are extractive compared to US institutions which are inclusive in nature.
Institutions plus attitude of the people
Right, sir.
towards development.
Okay, sir. Right, sir.
Then next important thing is I spoke about the innovative ideas. Innovative idea, you have to think about it. It cannot be discussed within 5-10 minutes of the time or half an hour time. You have to think about it. And if you think, I am sure you will get the answer.
Sir, I will try my level best.
Plus revision of the basic concepts of the contents of the syllabus, economics 1, 2, 3, then Indian economy.
Any item changed to net from gross, the depreciation
Right.
is the.
Sir,
I know you know all the things.
I know, but I got confused,
Yes.
But overall,
कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स भी मुझे लगता है सर
नहीं,
यहाँ
बहुत
के
बढ़िया।
नर्वस होने के चक्कर में मैं फंबल कर रही थी
कीप इट अप बहुत बढ़िया। उसके
You are
ऊपर एक्सरसाइज मत करो, कोई काम मत करो उसके ऊपर। एंड
मेरी अच्छी होनी चाहिए क्योंकि मेरे ड्राफ्ट में मैंने लिखा है डिबेटिंग एलोक्यूशन, तो मेरी
अच्छा है।
कम्युनिकेशन स्किल अच्छी होनी चाहिए।
अच्छा है, बल्कि बहुत फास्ट है, थोड़ा सा उसको मॉडरेट
Slow करें।
करो, थोड़ा स्लो करो। और फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग, अगर मैं होता मेरे हाथ में मार्क्स देना होता सिलेक्शन, यू वुड हैव क्वालिफाइड इट।
थैंक यू सर।
बट
सर आई विल ट्राई
एटलीस्ट वंस इन फिजिकल मोड कम से कम एक बार और आप प्रिपेयर हो जाओ, जस्ट टू गिव ए फिनिशिंग टच।
सर आई विल। सर माय इंटरव्यू इज ऑन 4th of
ओके,
December।
सो एक कम से कम आप और ये फेस कर लो,
वो हो जाएगा, रिफाइन हो जाएगा सर।
बट आज के लिए आप हम लोग की तरफ से क्वालिफाइड हो।
थैंक यू सर। सर मैं इन चीज़ों पे काम करूँगी
Yes.
सर। अब मैं अगली बार सर और धीरे बोलूँगी,
हाँ.
पॉज लूँगी
Yes.
आंसर करने से पहले,
हाँ.
और आंसर क्वेश्चन सुन के समझने की कोशिश
Yes.
करूँगी बिफोर ब्लैबरिंग।
यही इम्प्रूवमेंट कर लेना है, बाकी सब ठीक है।
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था सर।
हाँ, बताओ।
मुझे एक ही क्वेश्चन सर सबसे ज़्यादा बग कर रहा है कि अगर सर वो मुझसे पूछेंगे, मेरे सर इसमें देखिए मैंने 8 अटेम्प्ट्स दिए हैं सर सिविल सर्विसेज के, तो वो कहेंगे कि ये तो लग रहा है आपका बैकअप ऑप्शन है, वो नहीं हुआ तो आप यहाँ आ रहे हो।
आप ये देखो 8 अटेम्प्ट दिए हैं, बट आपने ये सोचना है फॉर योर कॉन्फिडेंस, आपने SRCC से इकोनॉमिक्स ऑनर्स किया 2016 में, पास आउट किया ना?
हाँ, सर
17 में गोट सेलेक्टेड?
नहीं सर, मैंने कॉलेज तो 14 में ख़त्म किया था, फिर मैंने पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन किया,
मास्टर किया। मास्टर करने के इमीडिएटली बाद आपने UPPCS वो कर लिया। दैट इज़ नॉट एन ईजी टास्क।
जी सर।
आपने 17 में कर लिया ना?
हाँ 17 में।
तो दैट्स अ ग्रेट अचीवमेंट। आप उसको उस पर्सपेक्टिव में देखिए। सिविल सर्विसेज में लैक्स ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स अपीयर, तो जो नहीं क्वालिफाई किया आर दे और यूजलेस फेलो? नो, इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ चांस ऑल्सो। तो उसके ऊपर आपको बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं देना है।
तो सर अगर पूछ बैठते हैं तो
क्या पूछे बताओ, जैसे हमसे पूछो, बताओ क्या
सर? अगर वो ये पूछे कि आपने ये वाला सर यहाँ पे ये किया है, सर बहुत लंबा चौड़ा टेबल है कि आपने इतने अटेम्प्ट्स दिए, आप आज तक निकाल नहीं पाए और अब आप यहाँ वो नहीं निकला तो आप ये देने आ गए।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, ऐसा नेगेटिव।
और एक और चीज पूछेंगे सर कि आपका एक अटेम्प्ट बचा है, इसका मतलब अगर उसमें हो गया तो आप ये छोड़ दोगे?
पहले इसका आंसर सुन लो कि इस तरह का नेगेटिव क्वेश्चन, डिस्करेजिंग क्वेश्चन बोर्ड नेवर आस्क्ड। आई कैन बेट यू इस तरह के क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछे जाएंगे। ठीक है? बिकॉज दे आर देयर सिटिंग देयर टू सेलेक्ट यू, नॉट टू डिस्करेज और रिजेक्ट यू। उनको जितने भी कैंडिडेट्स हैं उसमें से बेस्ट दे लेना है। ये अप्रोच होता है बोर्ड का। तो इसीलिए बिल्कुल भी ध्यान उधर मत देना। 7 अटेम्प्ट, फॉरगेट इट। दिमाग में आना भी नहीं चाहिए।
ओके सर। सर वो कहीं ना
आपके दिमाग सुन लो पहले,
क्योंकि मैं फेलियर खुद में फील कर रही हूं।
आपके दिमाग में आना चाहिए कि हमने SRCC से ग्रेजुएशन किया है, MA इकोनॉमिक्स एंड इमीडिएटली आई क्रैक द UPPCS सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन।
राइट सर।
यू आर वेल प्लेस्ड। आपके माइंड में ये कॉन्फिडेंस लेके जाना है बोर्ड, वो नहीं देना है कि 7-8 बार हमने अपीयर हुआ।
आप तो अटेम्प्ट भी कर रहे हो, कई लोग तो कंप्लीसेंट हो जाते हैं, मिल गया नौकरी, सेटिस्फाइड वहीं रह गए, PCS में ही रह गए।
दैट इज द पॉजिटिव पार्ट ऑफ योर पर्सनैलिटी, योर कंसिस्टेंसी, आपका हिम्मत, योर करेज।
जी सर।
तो उसको उस पर्सपेक्टिव में देखो, तो ध्यान रखो।
मैं उस पर फोकस करूंगी सर। ठीक है सर, एक और बस क्वेश्चन बचा है कि मैं सर जब
पेज ले लो आप।
नहीं सर, ये मेरी डायरी है।
अच्छा ठीक है,
ओके दे दो।
ठीक है।
जो उन्होंने लोग रखा था तो मैंने कहा कि
नहीं सर, ये मेरी सर, ये UPPSC जब मैंने अपनी नौकरी ज्वाइन की थी सर 17 में, मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग सर पशुपालन विभाग में थी, मिनिस्ट्री एनिमल हस्बेंड्री में। फिर मैं अब उपाम में हूँ। तो सर अभी तो मैंने इसमें मेंशन भी उपाम ही किया है और मैं बोलूँगी भी
उपाम ही बोलना।
लेकिन अगर सर वो पूछ सकते हैं क्या कि आपकी फर्स्ट पोस्टिंग कहाँ थी?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
तो क्योंकि सर मैं इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ क्योंकि अगर पूछेंगे तो मैं उस पर भी प्रिपेयर कर लूँ कि एनिमल हस्बेंड्री से रिलेटेड जो स्कीम्स हैं और सब कुछ है।
तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, नहीं पूछे जाएंगे।
अच्छा।
ऐसा क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा जाता है।
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है कि फर्स्ट पोस्टिंग कहाँ थी, फिर सेकंड का, ऐसा नहीं। आपका इतना ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछने का आपका डेप्थ ऑलरेडी है कि दे विल नॉट क्रिएट द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द
पीछे नहीं जाएंगे।
हाँ, नहीं जाएंगे। ठीक है, जितना बोला गया उतना तैयार कर लो। पिछली बार से इस बार काफ़ी इम्प्रूवमेंट है मेरी नज़र में। नहीं, इनका कुछ 2-3 क्वेश्चन ऐसा होगा। अच्छा, थोड़ा सा नहीं, थोड़ा सा कमी नहीं बताएंगे तो हाउ विल इम्प्रूव इट?
नहीं सर, बिल्कुल।
अंडरस्टैंड? तो ये बैलेंस्ड अप्रोच होना चाहिए, है ना? और ठीक है, इन्होंने बताया इसलिए कि आप इम्प्रूव करो।
राइट सर। सर आपको सुन के ऐसा लग रहा था कि मैं आपके क्वेश्चन समझ पा रही हूँ।
1-2 क्वेश्चन में आपने फंबल किया, दैट इज बट नेचुरल।
That was beginning when I started. वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ. So maybe that may be one of the reason. I told you why it happens offline and.
और ऑफलाइन में आपका पहला अटेम्प्ट था, आपने 10 मिनट तक थोड़ा सा रहा गड़बड़, ठीक है, लेकिन उसका ठीक हो गया।
Online you were, as I said, आपको वो fear नहीं था of facing a person. So obviously improvement तो होगा ही. Even when we are also sometimes lecturing online. वो लगता है अच्छा कोई सुन रहा है, नहीं कोई बात, मैं तो अच्छा से। But when you are facing a crowd, then obviously you are little bit conscious.
Right.
So that is difference.
इसलिए ये एक्सपीरियंस जरूरी था। आज का ये एक्सपीरियंस आपका जरूरी था।
बिल्कुल जरूरी था सर, क्योंकि मेरा ध्यान इस पे भी जा रहा था कि मेरा हैंड पोजीशन क्या है, लेग पोजीशन क्या है, बीच में बहुत सर ये सब होता था। थैंक यू सर।